So if you're like me, you're sat there thinking, great, I've got my skincare routine down. I've got a beautiful retinol, or tretinoin in my skincare routine. Therefore, I'm getting the biggest bang for my buck in a product, short of going and getting a laser or something like that. I'm doing the best I can to stave off crepiness, wrinkling from getting deeper. I'm actually causing my collagen cycle to be boosted, and I am staving off aging of my skin. But, however, I have skin all over my body, and I can't afford to just take a facial retinol formulation and slather it all over my body. I don't think we need to be spending 10% of our income on skincare. So, I want to walk through these beautiful body formulations that I'm working into the routine to address things like crepiness, skin laxity, my sunspots that are getting darker over time, even though I'm not exposing my skin to the sun. This is what happens. And also keeping our collagen cycle boosted in the body skin in addition to what we're doing with our face, neck, and chest. So if that sounds good, go ahead, grab something to drink, grab something to eat, put me on the background if you'd like, and I'm going to show you what I'm using right now that are sustainable, realistic formulations to work into our body care routine. Wish Trend Vita A Amazing Bakuchiol Body Lotion. So this is a retinol bakuchiol. There's also a little bit of AHAs in here. It's kind of like an all-in-one. It's one of those beautiful Korean formulas that has a blend of so many different really great ingredients. I got this over at iHerb. I think it's probably available on some of our Korean sites also. And it was about $24. So we're talking about a 5-ounce tube at $24 for body. That's amazing. This has been great on the backs of my hands. I try to make sure to do this, if I can, almost every night on my hands. But body wise, I'll do this a couple of times a week, and it's going in and softening, hopefully regenerating collagen at a little bit of an amplified rate because of that retinol. Bakuchiol is a nice antioxidant. Some people will say that it's as good as retinol, and that's very controversial, but it is a nice antioxidant. It just blends right into the skin. It is not sticky. I'm not going to say it's over moisturizing, but when I am using this, I'm using it on a night that I am specifically doing treatment. I can always go over this with something thicker if I want. I love Necessaire products, and their body retinol is amazing. Now, at first glance, this is 50 something dollars. It might seem like, wow, that's super pricey and that's a body product, that's expensive. Of course, everything is relative to your budget, but if we look at the per ounce price, this ends up being ounce for ounce, like some of our Korean formulations. This one also has some glycolic acid in there. So when we're coupling glycolic with retinol, it's going in, lifting, doing exfoliation slowly over time, and then the retinol is going in and doing what retinol does for us, helping amp up collagen synthesis. So it's a great formulation. Love it. Again, I'm going to use this once or twice a week, so a 5-ounce tube is going to last me quite a while. Ounce per ounce, I feel like it's a pretty good buy. And this would be my favorite find. Now, I'm not going to use this as an all-over body formulation, but for my neck and my chest and maybe out to the shoulders, because this is fairly affordable and such a beautiful, beautiful formulation. This is the Dr. Althea 1% Gentle Retinol Serum. Now, you got to be careful with Korean formulations because even if they say gentle, this is legit. I actually over slathered this and ended up with some irritation along the jawline, which is where I get irritation if I overdo tret or retinol. This was about $22 to $24 for 1 ounce. I love it. It has a silky gel serum formulation to it, which I just absolutely love. But this is one thing that I can get away with using on my neck sun damage on my chest and shoulders, and this will go quite a ways. What a gorgeous bottle. And at 22-ish an ounce, pretty good buy for body or for spot treating. Also would be really good for backs of hands. And a couple of times a week, I also like to go in and do a good body exfoliation. I prefer to do that in like an AHA formula. I mean, sometimes I'll use a sugar scrub or something like that, but I feel like a chemical exfoliation is a little bit more efficient at lifting those dead skin cells off so that we can get our retinol and AHA formulations in there working better. A retinol, bakuchiol, all of that. Ounce for ounce, the Glow Recipe, AHA, BHA. I haven't found anything else that I love as much as this, that is as effective as this. When I'm spot treating or just say once or twice a week, I can slather this on my arms and legs as a sort of toner base and then go in with either just a moisturizer or one of my formulations that has bakuchiol or retinol in it and get a sort of two modes of action going on, addressing crepiness, sun damage, boosting collagen, all the things that we want to do. So ounce for ounce, this is an absolute bargain. Also, I love it. And I use this on my face, neck. I use this everywhere. Another thing we can do to boost our results with a retinol treatment, and this would be true anywhere, is a nice vitamin C formulation. Again, I'm not going to use this all over my body, but for neck and chest, and again, maybe shoulders, maybe backs of hands, I love the Mad Hippie vitamin C formulation. It's beautiful. They use a vitamin C alternative to ascorbic acid, so it's thought to be a little stable, a little longer, maybe a little gentler. I love the consistency of this serum. It's gorgeous, never pills, seeps right into the skin, and I'm getting a little antioxidant during the day to protect my skin. I'll use this, like I said, I'll use it on my face, but also neck and chest. Really, really gorgeous. Mad Hippie also does a vitamin A serum. And again, I wouldn't use it all over, but if I were really targeting the backs of my hands or my chest or something like that, this is a nice, gentle vitamin A retinol formulation with some other really lovely things in it to support that cell turnover, brightening, addressing sun damage over time, and a nice antioxidant. So I will use this in support, again, on my neck, chest, where I can't use those heavy duty retinols. That's my year-round routine. I don't really change anything during the summer because my plan is I'm not getting sun exposure in the summer. I'm wearing a hat. I'm slathering with SPF. I'm not out in the sun. If I am, I'm covered up. So for me, exfoliating and using a retinol serum is going to happen all year round because I can't afford more sun damage and I can't afford to take months off from brightening, tightening, boosting collagen synthesis, all of that. But I also feel like I've found some products that I can put into my routine without throwing too many dollars at my skincare. I'm trying to find that sweet spot of feeling like, yes, I'm addressing some of these things in my skincare routine without wasting money. These are some beautiful formulations that I think are much more reasonable, sustainable. Let me know if you guys have anything that's really working. Just say hi to me down in the comments if you'd like. And I love you guys. I'll see you in the next one.